Good evening, everybody. Let's go ahead and get the City of Jonesboro Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for October 28th. Call to order, please. Roll call.
John?
Here.
Dave?
Here.
And Bob?
Here. Gentlemen, we have the minutes for your approval for October 14th in front of you.
Makes a motion to approve the minutes for October 14th as written.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we get a motion, a second, to approve the minutes of October 14th. Roll call, please.
John?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
And Bob?
Aye. Utilities, line A, request for adjustment. Seeing none. Item B, request for payment plan. Thank you. Utility customers, request or complaints or questions at this time. Seeing that, we'll move on. Public Works projects. Bradley Klein is here tonight.
What I have here is a list of, these are, so if you, the original contract for the water plant had a contingency amount of $200,000. I talked to Ken, somehow that shook out to be $197,000 for contingency, so that's unforeseens. Any additional work that we need done at the plant. So I kind of broke that out. Number one was the AMI software, which was the remote meter readings. That's what we had talked about, where we could do the remote readings from in-house. So that was $40,000. Number two is number two is basically items that we unforeseens and different additional items that we found during construction, which was the tower telemetry. The plant operator maybe would want some additional sampling points. There was electrical circuit breaker upgrades that needed to be done per the drawings. Then there was one additional tank access hatch. So that amount was roughly $50,000. Number three, these are items that we still have on a wish list. And I put a plus or minus there because I don't know, that number could be zero, it could be up to 10,000, but that's what we're requesting tonight. And then number four, this is for the existing plant renovations, and if you look at your second page, it's basically gutting the existing plant, and putting an overhead door in it, and making that building useful for storage. So that was a hard number that we got from the contractor yesterday. So I'm here tonight to ask for a change order in the amount of $165,000, not to exceed that. But again, that could be less. But again, this is all built into the original loan amount and the price, which leaves us roughly $35,000 left. If you so choose to do some additional stuff, but we're well within the contract budget. But I just want to spell those things out for you guys tonight, and then hopefully get an approval for that change order amount.
I got a question. Sure. Well, number one, the software for the AMI, does that include the installation of 40,000?
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the existing plant renovations, what that is, we had discussed, Brad and I and the staff here, taking the old plant and making it usable, such as storage for mowers and stuff like that out there. So we, instead of tearing down the building or rotting it right away, we can put some use to it and everything.
So
Climate control?
Yes, it's heated, not air, but heated.
So they'll go in and they'll take out all the old piping and the filters and the media, take that out. Of course, the contractor's probably going to want to scrap that, and I know we originally talked about pulling that out, but I think if the contractor wants to handle that, he's probably going to He's gonna take it all out, he'll clear the building, and then saw cut the overhead door in and put retaining walls, and then he'll also have to grade back, because as you guys probably know, there's about a 2 or 3 foot grade difference that goes down into the building, so there's gonna have to be an approach with retaining walls that are built on the north side to get down into that building, so. A little bit more work than just cutting a hole and putting a door in.
How's the roof and the beams on it?
Fairly, I mean, it's,
We haven't had no leaks that I know of or anything.
yeah, we've checked it out. I mean, the roof isn't, it's probably got another 10 years on it, I would say, 5 to 10 years. Oh, in addition to that, there is a demolition of the aerator tank that's out there.
Yeah.
So there is a concrete tank out there that, originally, we had that in the scope of work, but in the value engineering of the project, we took that out, but obviously we're putting it back now that we have the money, so.
The other well house will come down too, right?
Yes, actually.
I make a motion with grant, permission to move forward with the contingency plan in the amount of $165,131.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion for the water treatment plant, change order, at the amount mentioned, got a motion and a second, roll call please.
John,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
and Bob.
Aye.
Thank you. So just to update you, the plant is still up and running well. We're running on the north well. I did talk to the contractor. He's going to begin the demolition of the south well and rehabbing that and tying that into the new plant. So as you know, we're still running on one well, but that's soon to be, we'll be back up and running on both wells. So,
By that long?
I'm sorry.
How long?
Probably taking 2-3 days to pull the casing out and inspect it. So probably 2 weeks total to get it up and running. So again, the only things left in the plant itself is some lab equipment, some extensive cleaning, and then they're going to do a lot of grading and possibly some seeding around the existing. Because I know the guys that have trouble, we're going to get all that graded out,
Yeah.
smoothed out. So. And then the CCNG 2025-2, that application is due on Friday. I did send the mayor, I have cost estimates, but it's roughly, we're looking at 3 streets, 4th Avenue from 6th Street to County Road 450, Boyd Street from East 10th Street to Douglas Street, Gulick Street from West 6th Street to West 9th Street. Those 3 projects are a total cost of $311,000.
What I've done,
With the city's match of $77,000.
what I've done, I gave this to the guys, and we're gonna discuss this and see, I got them in priority, you know, if we had to, the Boyd Street would be the only one we would possibly take out, but I'll let you know before Friday.
Okay.
If we don't take anything out for now, I'm not gonna have them vote on tonight, because this is the first time they basically got to see it.
We're ready to submit, so you guys just let us know, and as long as I know by,
I didn't want to throw it to them all at once, but
Okay.
4th Avenue is a must, I mean,
okay.
and
I have additional copies of the estimates.
but
if
I
anyone
got a
wants to
dumb
see
question.
them. Sure.
You know, Gulick Street is there, I know this sounds dumb, but there's a need for sidewalks there, and I know some people out there just did a driveway and all that stuff, and I guess the but I wish we would have looked at maybe possibly tying in a sidewalk to a 6th Street where people could walk around there. And I don't know if we could, look in the future, because I'd like to have the sidewalk there someday before, I wish we would have looked at it this time when we.
Well, we still can.
Only thing is, that one of the guy's houses there is a personal friend of mine, he just paid to have somebody pave his side street, that 604. But, would you mind going out there and look at it a little bit and see if
Absolutely.
it
We'll
will
do it in
help?
the morning.
Okay,
Just on the west side, is that what you're thinking?
well, I'd just like for the kids that could walk, or the parents that may walk, because there are some parents who walk their kids along there.
Well, are you talking just the west side
Yeah.
of Doyle?
Yeah,
From what to what? From 7th to
I don't know.
7th to sixth?
It'd be cost prohibitive, you know what I'm saying, for us,
I
but
mean, now would be the time to do it, because that, you know,
are you saying that the CCMG may run out?
no, I'm just saying, if we want the sidewalks and we wanna,
Yeah.
if we're gonna pave it, we might as well include that in that.
Okay.
You think the 7th to 6th or 7th to 9th?
I'm just throwing this out there, I like having sidewalks around schools,
I agree.
and, you know, kid ride a bike,
Having sidewalks in general.
right here on Main Street, but we can't get them. We're gonna get them.
I know, I'm just saying, like,
So
you
can-
said it.
Can we,
We'll take a look at that
Okay.
morning and just see what.
I hate to throw that at you, but we've discussed it up here, and
It's adding a line item and,
it's something that's,
There is some drains and stuff we'd have to look at there.
you wanna,
Tough to go
I can meet with you after we
Oh,
leave,
further down.
all the way down to.
because there is some drains.
but then again, there's, you know, a lot of people, huh?
You're not gonna tear my ditch up.
That ditch is yours.
No, but the others on the west side,
Right.
they're a similar situation to what mine was, where it's a little dip and it'd be pretty difficult.
I guess my point is, can we look at that, see what we can do? I'd like to have
it may take some additional drainage. I mean, that would be,
Well, I know you got a couple.
If anybody has any input, talk to Brad about it, or to me about it, if you haven't. Dave, you got a pumpkin head over there.
That's kind of what it looks like normally.
If you could, if you guys, if you- I just, each time we have this with you, I'm gonna bring up sidewalks. I love them, I think they're great, they make people's areas look better, and if you would, please look at that.
I will.
All right, thank you.
Lastly, the JCI demolition, I was just over there a few hours ago. The contractor is essentially done with demolition. What I was wanting to make sure that he has done properly is making sure all the sanitary sewer connections or deconnections, all the piping, everything is capped and done. So that we've identified 2 large sanitary outlet pipes, but I just want to remind him there were restrooms in that basement, and we're going to do a little investigation in the morning before he puts any dirt in that thing, because the last thing we want is sinkholes, and so that's really the last portion of, I guess, my involvement, other than him backfilling it. And if we can maybe get some millings in there in the next week or two, just to cover up some of the disturbed areas. But I think, for the most part, that project is complete. The site's clean, so. And then, Mayor, for the sanitary sewer extension project, we have to hold another public hearing. And if you have a preference on whether November the 6th or the 13th would be which of the two would be a better date? If you have a preference.
I don't have a preference.
Okay,
You call it
okay.
the 6th, I guess.
Okay, we'll do the 6th, and that'll be at 6 PM at the community center. And that's all I have. If you guys have any questions for me.
Any questions?
When should we be expecting soft water?
You should have something.
You should already have it.
It's
Not very noticeable.
Not very noticeable.
What's the level of
So
hardness?
I think he's at 12, is
Yeah, I'm
it
not
12
sure
grains?
what they're running at.
You know, it's not 0 hardness, but it's not,
It would be like having a water softener at your house. You're not gonna get the same effect.
If what, I'm sorry.
Like having a water softener in your house, you won't get that same effect.
Okay.
I'll check, because I know the last discussion we had,
Is that 12?
yeah, I think 12 is where we're at, so. I'm sorry.
What was it before?
We were at 30 grains, I believe, yeah, so we're cut half, more than half.
So we should start changing glasses.
Are we gonna get any more than 12?
You would have to talk to the town about that. I mean, we could certainly blend it, we could increase the blend, but obviously it just uses more material, more salt.
He was also told, I don't know who told Biggie this, I just found out yesterday, that the more you soften it, the more you can tear your pipes up. But softened water does something to the pipes. So,
It's more corrosive, the soft water, so.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
You bet. Okay, let's move along to reports. Superintendent, please. Tilly?
The actual work trucks are all in good shape. We do need, I gave Brittany a quote, we need to get 2 tires. We talked about this a little while, about Greg's truck. I did get a quote for that. What I would ask, and it's not on the quote, because I didn't know at the time when I got the quote, I would like for them to look at the front end of that, just to make sure there's not something messed up, making it wear the way they're wearing. Because I don't want to put brand new tires on it and not fix it if there's something, a ball joint or something that's bad, making it wear like that. My plan was putting the new tires on the back to start off and put the back tires up to the front, so we're not wearing out brand new tires, because we're only ordering 2 right now until we see if there's something wrong with the front end. My truck did have a right front wheel bearing go out. We already had that replaced. We need to get the backhoe approved to get fixed today if we can. It's still up grounds. That's the only way we have to load our trucks this winter. The skid steer won't go high enough to load the big dump truck, so we have no way of loading it with salt and sand. The back truck, we may have to look at getting a starter for the pony motor on the back. We replaced the alternator on the actual truck part, but the pony motor in the back that helps you run all the suction and everything still won't start. It cranks, it just won't turn over. I don't know how much a starter is, but they gotta look into that. So I got a lot of bad news at first, but I got good news coming. The bucket truck, I'm gonna try to get a hold of Wayne Smith tomorrow, because all the brakes are out again, the pedals as hard as a rock, you can't push it. They had to use a ladder in the back of the truck to fix a couple of banners today, which isn't the safest thing, but so I'm gonna try to get a hold of him, see if he'll at least come and look at it, to see, since he just spent like $1,000 on that brake system. So I'm gonna see if he'll come, hopefully in the next week or so, and look at that. I guess the good news is that everyone's probably happy. The leak vac is up and running. We ran it for about a week now. We don't have an actual schedule set for, we're going to be over here one day. What we're doing is having 1 or 2 guys go out in the morning, see where the piles are, and that's where we're going to go instead of, just running up down every road. Once the leaves start really falling, we'll probably get a schedule set up, being west side one day, east side next, or every Friday you'll see us on main and water. We do that every Friday to keep all the drains clean, so.
Are you gonna send something out, Quentin? I've got a couple people asking about a schedule.
We will if we actually get one. I know the way they used to do it, Baby said, was the west side was like 2 days, the east side was 2 days. Since I've been here, we've never had one, so. But yeah, if they set an actual schedule where we're gonna be, I'll have it go out on Reach Alert.
Okay, cool.
One of the problems we've been having is also all the trash cans on the sidewalks. We had one lady get mad because we took her trash can and put it up in her yard so we could clean the sidewalk as we was going by. I tried to explain to her what the ordinance was anyway, it was supposed to be picked up. She didn't want to hear that, so something that we may have to have Colt and the police go out and tell them at 6 o'clock on Friday evening, they have to be off the sidewalks, so, especially if we're gonna build more. So, we've got 2 or 3 really big problems. Water's one of them. 3rd Avenue always has cans out. They're actually in the road because there's no sidewalk there. I'm trying to think, you know, any other big areas? And the water's probably the worst. Oh,
East 10th.
yeah, East 10th has a lot, so. Most people put them up, but it's hard to get around with that leaf back. sewer. The only road closure we got right now, which will be Friday and Saturday, and that starts at 5, right? I think we usually close at about 5, after buses and everything. That's for the Screenway. It'll be closed between Pearl and 6th Street on Water. And then at the alley between Main and Water, we'll block the alley so you can't get to Water. You can go up down the alley between Main, but you can't get to Water. We'll have blockades there. So we don't have people coming in on the kids from the side roads. Bathrooms was officially closed today. We got them winterized, closed down, so the park bathrooms are closed. We've done a total of 40 work orders, 60 locates. The drive-up window is now finished and they're using it. It's working good as far as I know. And the electric is in at the cabin now. We got it all in. It is working. We tested it. So there is 4 plug-ins at the cabin now. And that's pretty much it for city-wise.
I do have a question that's for the board. With the backhoe, it's $7,000 to get it running. We've got to make a decision on what we're going to do, either fix it or buy another one or do something before the winter hits here with the salt and sand. So if you guys are wanting to get it fixed now, Browns has it. I think we should, but that's up to you guys as far as approval. We do need backhoe. We use it all the time. With the winter coming, I don't think we can wait much longer. But if you want to put it off to the next meeting, that'd be fine. And
I did tell them I'd try to call them tomorrow, at least let them know.
yeah, we don't have money.
No, we do, but I think it would be best if we give them an answer by tomorrow.
Okay.
Because they had to put it back together to move it out of their way.
They tore it apart and it was in the middle of their shop. So we had to prove 1,000 just to get the Coolidge system back on it so they could move it. So it'll be less than 7 now, but we did already spend 1,000.
So it's less than that would be 6,000.
I don't know what the exact price was.
But I guess my point is we should move on it, one way or the other.
We don't have an alternate unit purchase for a new or anything used for the water.
They have been calling to get quotes, and I suggested maybe using the old backhoe just for sand and salt. And if we purchase a new one, that's for the
Just for digs and stuff. And that's what he told me when they got in there. Most of the damage was the metal lines going to that cooler just rusted away from, and that's what he said, it's probably from the salt and the sand. And 15 years old. So.
And really, the only money we've had to put in it, are tires.
Other than regular maintenance on them cylinders.
Or hydraulic.
Yeah, that's just normal maintenance for hydraulic hose, motor brakes or something, but it's actually been.
Where do you store the backhoe at?
Under the lean-to out back there. So it's not completely closed, but it's under that lean-to.
What's in that big building they got to the north?
That's the vac truck, and stuff like that, so it don't freeze over winter.
Yeah. And you still store the salt and sand inside the Columbus Day?
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Hopefully we can get that grant and get a new building so we don't have salt and sand in with all that stuff.
That's where all your issues are coming.
Well, and that's what we're doing with the skid steer. It's not gonna be down there. It's actually gonna be, we're actually gonna park the skid steer. And, they're not gonna put it back here now, they're gonna put it at the new water plant, because they got that big area that we can set it in there. So it'll be away from the salt and sand this whole winter. And then if we get that demolition done, we can actually put it at the water plant.
I'll have to get it fixed.
Yeah, we definitely, I mean, I know we're waiting on this big grant, hopefully it goes through, but quicker we can get all our equipment out of that garage where the salt and sand is, it's gonna help.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we repair the backhoe. Literally have to have one, we don't have a good plan B, it doesn't sound like, so let's get it repaired.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. We've got a motion on the floor to fix the backhoe that Browns has in their possession right now. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
John,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
and Bob.
Aye. Thank you, John. Okay, Fire Chief?
Fire, we've actually, I shouldn't say this because I'll jinx myself, but we've actually been pretty slow. We only had 3 medical runs and 1 fire for the last 2 weeks. Trucks are all in good shape. The biggest thing we're doing now is getting ready for the Springway. We got maps prepared. You'll see us put marks on the guardrail here pretty soon. That's something that me and Rob and them went through last year to help with the insurance. They wanted to make sure we proved we had ways to get down to the trail. We had the people there to help, so now we're marking where each booth is on the guardrail. You'll see booth 1, 2, 3. Everyone on this trail has walkies, so if something happens at their booth, they just call us, tell us what booth, and we have it marked on the trail where we can go right over to them. It was just stuff they wanted to see to help them with their insurance. So we've been working on that, getting the guys ready for that. We'll have at least 3 UTVs or the gators down there, plus our squad. We usually have 1 at each end, and then 1 that runs the whole length of water just watching. And then the last thing, they gave it to you, I think, a week or so ago, and that's the Cascade system, that contract. I don't know
It's in the plan.
okay. We just have to get that approved so I can get the contract, or they'll come and test it, and that's what we fill our air bottles with. I think that's it, unless you guys have anything.
We're closing Water Street for Halloween.
Yeah, they'll be closed from 5 o'clock Friday on till when Greenway ends, and then Saturday the same thing. Just 6th Street to Pearl.
Anybody from Water Street, trick or treaters, visit their house? You can still walk.
Yeah, you can walk, you just can't go cars going up
You
down.
don't understand, kids these days have to drive. They can't do walking, that's exercise.
Okay.
Need a motion on that.
Yeah, if you can, so I can,
Yeah.
I just gotta let best one know. Take me there.
We'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the tire replacements for $378.50.
Before you vote on that, just real quick, can I have them go ahead and look at that front end? Because I hate to put new tires on them, and
We'll withdraw that acknowledgement.
I can let Brittany know what the difference would be,
Can you do that?
yeah,
Uh,
because they won't know till they get it there and look at it.
I'd say at least 550.
Right, we'll go ahead and make a motion to approve it up to the amount of $550. Hopefully that'll cover. Just look at it real quick. To replace the two tires and look into an alignment for it, or determine what the steering issues are.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Approve the tires and possible steering issues at best one. Motion second. Roll call, please.
John, Dave,
Aye.
and Bob.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Chief of Police, sir.
46 calls for service since last meeting. 8 of those were assisting agency calls. Both vehicles are up and running, however, the White Explorer that I drive does have an exhaust leak. And I took that to Shifting Gears. He's gonna get it in tomorrow and see what's going on and and it doesn't go very fast, so. And then we'll also have officers too for the, during the Streamway Friday and Saturday,
Cool.
so. That's all I have.
Any questions from the board to the chief? Okay, let's move along then. Clerk treasurer, fiscal request.
I only have one, and that's Ken Crick's contract hours. He had 13 hours at $50 an hour. They got me this a little late, usually it's in the claims.
Make a motion to approve 13 hours for Ken Craig.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second for approval of the contract for Mr. Crick. Roll call, please.
John?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
And Bob?
Is that all we have? Okay, let's move along. I've only got a couple comments. I won't elaborate too much. On the sewer rate proposal from Gas City to raise our sewer rate, 77.03% for the city of Jonesboro. We've done a lot of talking about a lot of analogy on it. It's not an actual rate that's going to reflect 77% to the patrons of Jonesboro, but it's going to be a substantial raise, and we are in a process of questioning that. It's going to happen. There's going to be a raise, but at this time we're pursuing all avenues to try to lessen the blow for the patrons for Jonesboro. So saying that, and also, gentlemen, you have the trash removal contract proposals in your hand. Next meeting we will. With your advice to me or to Brittany, we're going to go through this and try to figure out which one we want to go with. We can pick either one, or we can keep with us, stay with what we got, or pick at somebody else. But it's just I want to make sure you guys look it over, and if anybody's got any comments about the trash removal, let us know. So, okay. Attorney, he's not here. He has a mediation in Indianapolis he couldn't get away from. So. Okay, let's move along to expenditures for the water fund. The amount of $600,343.23. And for the audience, that's the infrastructure, wastewater construction. That is over, 500,000 of that is for the construction of water plant.
What's the full 600,000? Read the claims for the water fund, and make a motion we approve them at the amount of $600,343.23.
I'll second the motion.
We got a motion and a second to approve the water fund. Roll call, please.
John?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
And Bob?
Aye. Wastewater fund for the city of Jonesboro in the amount of $11,794.69. For your approval.
Motion to approve the wastewater fund, $11,794.69.
Second that motion.
There's a motion and a second to approve the wastewater fund for the city of Jonesboro. Roll call, please.
John?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
And Bob?
Aye. Public general questions, and then we have a guest I'd like to speak. Go ahead.
George Fleischer, 213 East 8th Street. So, is the balance in the water and the sewer, those accounts, is that doable? Thank you. So, anybody going to the Gas City public meeting
Oh, yes.
tomorrow?
It's been canceled,
Canceled.
Oh, okay. Do you know when it is?
November 18th.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else got any questions or concerns? If not, I've got Libby Root here from her family is here today. She's got something she'd like to talk about. Would you Mind coming up to the mic?
Oh, I suppose. I wasn't planning on actually talking. So I work for Thriving Grant County, but I text Bob earlier. Obviously, we work with families in Grant County who are experiencing food insecurity, early childhood education issues, things like that. And so when we were looking at coming to help with the event on Friday, I talked to Bob about the possibility of our family donating hot dogs to do just like hot dogs, nothing fancy, but wanted to just make sure there weren't any questions or concerns about that, because I'd much rather just my own personal, I'd much rather hand those out than go buy a bunch of candy, because the kids are gonna have a bunch of candy anyway. So that's short and sweet, that's it.
I think it's a great idea. I applaud Libby on her, I don't know, you're not the executive director of
I'm
Thrive.
not, no.
Okay, but she is a key cog in the big wheel. They do a great job. I'd like to see anybody that can hear me now throw any kind of donations or time or help into that thing, because 21% of our Grant County children are a little, it's a little hard for certain things, food and everything, so Thrive Grant County is very good, and this is coming from her family, so, but her family is Thrive Grant County, so Friday, we're gonna work out a deal where I cook some in here, or cook on the
Figure it
grill,
out,
we'll
yeah.
figure it out.
I have a way to keep them hot.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to bring their child or their family, or George, if you're not busy, come up, eat a hot dog, and
Yep.
What address are you serving these weenies at?
Over here at is it at
The gazebo.
Yep.
We will put something out on our site to make sure everybody knows, but I applaud her and her efforts, not just today, but yesterday and the future. You've done a good job.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, any questions for it, gang? All right, hot dogs it is.
Thank you.
All right. No more things, any questions from the board? Seeing none, the adjournment is ordered. So moved. Thank you all. We'll start up here in 1 minute.